It's gonna pay off. Just keep putting in the work. We're almost there.
If you can train yourself to push through pain, you can achieve anything, which is why I think just go to the gym, you know, just practice doing it there. It will honestly do so much for your mental strength.
It's gonna pay off. Just keep putting in the work. We're almost there.
You can just get used to going to the gym, getting out of your comfort zone, getting to that point where your body's like, stop, please, mercy, right? And saying, no, I'm carrying on. I'm gonna push through.
Work on your focus. Work on your focus. Perspective is everything. Let me tell you something. The problem with most of you is that you see difficult as something negative. For real, for real. And I want you to see difficult differently. Are you hearing me? I need you to see difficult differently. Now that weightlifter, when my man looking at those weights, he got that iron is heavy. But he's not looking at that iron like, look how heavy the iron is. And he knows what it's gonna do. It's gonna tear his muscles to pieces. He gets it. But what he understands is that if he tears them down, they're gonna rebuild themselves. And when they rebuild themselves, they're that much stronger. Listen to me. The more you go through, the more difficult it is, the more challenging it is. Listen to me, the harder it is. Are you hearing me? The more challenging it is, all you're doing, baby, is building muscle. You're building muscle. So don't quit. Don't give up. Don't stare at them. Listen to me. You don't get buffed by staring at weights. You don't get buffed by look. You don't get healthier by staring at it. You get healthier by running up to it and grabbing it and pushing it. Look, push through that stuff. Push through it. You can get through it. He said he won't put on you more than you can bear. You can't get through it. So I need you to work while you wait. I need you to work. Look, work on your focus, perspective. I need you to see difficult differently. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I need you to see it differently. Now,
I'm on a bit of a workout program, bit of a diet regime sort of thing, and I had a bad day where I ate a load of crap. I didn't work out, and what I did, I found myself the next day using the bad day before as an excuse to have another bad day. So the next day I had crap and I didn't go to the gym. The voice inside my head said, oh well, you failed now. You had one bad day, so you failed, so you might as well just keep eating crap and not going to the gym, right? But it wasn't a failure, that was just a fuck up, that was just a bump in the road, that was just something that I didn't do right that one time. But that doesn't mean I failed. We have to accept that we are going to mess up. The really, really important thing is that we realise that that isn't a failure. Failure comes when you give up. So the next day I woke up, back into the gym, eating well again, you know, feeling great again, more importantly, and I just let it go.
Push through that pain. I know it hurts, but we're gonna be okay, and it's gonna make us stronger.
Well, what is a normal day?
Normal day for me, so let's say a light day.
Light day.
Light day is at least a 7-mile run. I will every other day, so about 4 days a week, calisthenics plus gym workout. So I don't do any gym workout without hitting pull-ups, push-ups. I call nickels and dimes. So like 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, or I'll go, quarters and whatever, like 25 pull-ups or in like 50 push-ups. So I have all these different things I messed up. So I will do weights with calisthenics, and every single night I stretch. For at least every night I stretch for at least 2 hours.
2 hours?
Every night.
The number's the number. You stop, you decrease the weight, and you go again until you hit the number, because the number's the goal. At no point when you set the goal did you fucking put in the equation on quitting or stopping or slowing down.
Listen to me. All roads to success, you gotta go through pain. They all success. When you travel down success, you gotta go through the road of pain, baby. I told you before, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Forget about it. If you think it's gonna be easy, don't even try to be successful. It's a wrap. It's not going to be easy, but I want you to feel that pain going through your body. And as pain leaves your body, guess what's gonna take its place? Success. And so you gotta change your mindset, all right? We gotta stop looking at pain as if it's something negative, all right? Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. No pain, no gain. But I guarantee you, if you can outlast pain, if you can get through that pain, if you can get through that discomfort, all right? If you can outlast that discomfort, I guarantee you, baby, on the other side of it is success. Remember what your boy told you, all right? If you're gonna be in pain, get something out of it. We're not gonna look at pain as something negative. We're gonna look at it as something positive. Pain is about to take us pain. We're about to go through a little pain, and then we're gonna have a whole bunch of victory. You hear what I'm saying? So change your mindset. Change how you see pain. I want you to welcome it. You heard me say it before. How comfortable can you be with being uncomfortable?
You have to look at suffering as almost like I look at failure. To succeed, you must fail. In failure and in suffering, all the answers are in there. All the answers are in there. You don't have to live in suffering and pain and failure all the time. You have to learn, I need to visit it. Like people hate working out. You're only gonna visit working out maybe an hour a day. 23 other hours of the day, you're not in it. But how you become in shape is you must visit suffering, visit working out 1 hour a day. Visit suffering 1 hour a day. Visit your past failures 1 hour a day. The relationship with it is the answers are in there. They are in there. Within the suffering, go in there, and I call it the live autopsy. The live autopsy. How you find out someone died? They crack you open after you're dead. How you can live is do it while you're alive. Go back in your brain, crack it open while you're alive. Don't wait until you're fucking dead to figure out why you died. Do it while you are living. Go in there, go into the suffering, go into the pain of your life and say, why did this suck for me so bad? Why am I afraid of all this stuff? Why have I shut down the whole world? I guarantee I'll tell you why you shut down the whole world. It's in these nooks of the suffering within your brain, in the scarring, are all the answers to why you are on the couch feeling sorry for yourself. They lie within the scars. Visit them for at least an hour a day, study them, and then you'll find out more about yourself. You will then grow. So don't look at it as every day I suffer. Go into it an hour a day. Learn from yourself, learn from life, learn from your failures, learn from your insecurities, learn from your self-doubt. Don't just say, I'm afraid to jump off an airplane. What makes you afraid of it? Study it. That's why I studied my mind, why I became so powerful in the mind, because I realized I was weak. So instead of running away from the mind, I dove into it and said, what is making me weak? Oh, this makes sense. I came from hell. I came from a place that beat me down to nothing, which is why I'm afraid. All this makes sense. So systematically, one by one, I went back and met every single person in my mind, every situation. I went one-on-one with them again, in my mind. I said, okay, that's now you visit this, and that's how you do it. That's how it works.
I'm my own competition. I'm doing better than I was. I'm trying to be better than I am. Y'all can do you, I'm focused on me.
Sometimes it's just, I wake up and I think, what do I have to do to become great? What must I do different than what I'm doing and what I've been doing to get to where I want to be? And then I think to myself, am I doing everything that I know? Everything that I can? Am I giving 100% every single day to reach that point that I'm trying to get to? I can have those thoughts. But then I think to myself once again, I'm not giving my all. I'm not putting my best foot forward. Are you reaching deep down inside to fight through everything that you're going through right now? Or are you settling to be where you are at this current moment? If you're laying down, you need to get up. If you're on the treadmill running right now, you need to run just a little faster. If you're in the gym right now working out, you need to put 5 more pounds on the rack. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at. You'll put in more hard work. You'll go that extra mile. Well, now is the time.
In life, if you can train yourself to push through pain, you can achieve anything. You've just got to keep going, because at the end of the day, life's hard. This sort of shit's going to come up all the way through your life, and if you roll over every single time and give up just as it gets tough, just as it gets painful, you're going to be rolling over and giving up your whole fucking life. You've got to learn to, just as it's getting tougher and everything in your brain's telling you to give up, you've got to keep pushing through it. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere.
Everybody that lifts weights understands something, that you gotta tear muscle down to build muscle up. You gotta tear it down. You gotta experience some muscle failure. You gotta get to the point of so much pain that you feel like giving up, because at the end of that pain is gain. So I just want to encourage you. It's all about perception. See yourself differently. All right? Even before you do it, see yourself doing it. Even before you accomplish it, see yourself accomplishing it. Your perception is everything, not your circumstances, not your situation. It's how you see it. And if you can learn to see it correctly, if you can learn to just get past the pain, get past the little hurt, if you can learn to see it properly, I guarantee you could be what you want to be. You could have what you want to have. You could do what you want to do. But you got to learn to see the rain differently than everybody else sees it. Because in every pain is gain. That's right, you heard what I said. In every painful situation, there's gain.
The only way I lose is if I quit. And I ain't quitting, so I ain't losing.
I believe in being the most dangerous person on the planet.
Yeah.
A person that can run 100 miles.
Multifaceted.
That's right.
Yeah,
Can you run 100 miles? Can you deadlift 550? Can you do 50 push or pull-ups dead hang? Can you do 100 push-ups? You know, so I believe in being the best in all these different categories. Like people say it's impossible to do that stuff. It's not. It takes a lot more work.
Right.
Your body can do a hell of a lot more than what you think it can. The problem is your mind has this expectation of what your body can do. A lot of people will look in the mirror and they're overweight, but they'll tell themselves they're not. They'll go to the gym, they'll work out a little bit and it's tough, so they'll give up. Instead of pushing through it and actually going out every single day to try to be better, they just give up because their mind isn't strong. You've got to take control and win the morning, and you do that by that first second decision, whether to hit the snooze button or to get out of bed. Take control of that morning, get a morning routine, and that can be as easy as just getting up, having a stretch, going for a walk, moving your body before you eat. Just walking around and working out in the morning can set you up for an amazing day, I promise you.
Next up, number 95, Daz Cooper.
What people don't get though, the physical is what starts everything. People have no idea. People go, man, why have you run 205 miles? It's not about that. It's not about being me.
Yeah,
You have to challenge yourself physically
that's right.
every single day of your life. And that's where the growth comes from.
I think that's right.
The
I
growth
really
comes
do.
from there. 100% for everyone. It takes the growth in your mental aspect, in your spiritual, everything grows because you start feeling better about yourself. And not many things on the planet make you feel good about yourself like getting after it. Doing something that challenges you mentally and physically every day.
Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. It's about application, all right? It's about taking it to the next level. It's not about talking, it's about doing. Listen to me very closely. You gotta ask yourself, how many reps do I have to put in to make my dreams become a reality? Because there's a certain amount of reps you gotta do, right? How much running do I have to do? How much stretching do I have to do? Listen to me, how many hills do I have to climb? How much work do I have to put in to make this happen? Because it's not gonna happen just because you talked about it. It's not gonna happen just because you said it, right? So do me a huge favor. You've wished enough wishing. You've wished enough. You've waited enough. Now let's get to work.
It's my I did it year. Cause I'ma do it. And I ain't letting up till it's done.
Rather than running away from an issue or drama or emotion or pain, what could you possibly run towards? One predicament means you carry negative emotion towards a goal. The other one means you carry a positive perspective towards an objective.
No one can make a decision for you. No one can make up your mind for you. No one can make the best decisions for your life than you. But the biggest battle all resides in your mind. And if you can realize,
there's zero excuses. Do you understand? Zero excuses.
where everyone that has a positive lifestyle, that's where they win the battles. That's when those successful or those supernatural athletes, that's where they win. They win in their minds. It doesn't matter what those on the outside say. If you can win the battle inside, you can overcome this world. You can be greater than you ever imagined. You gotta focus on this new mindset, these new goals. You can do it. Don't focus on what you went through, but take what you went through to get to where you're going to. Become a monster, because that monster inside of you won't give up. That monster inside of you won't give in. That monster inside of you won't throw in the towel. That monster will come out, push you past the pain, past the hurt.
This is the reason why I think everyone should work out. It's for energy. Yes, you're going to lose weight if you're already fat. Yes, you're going to get in shape. Alright, you're going to look better. That's great. But how it makes you feel and what that means to your day in terms of what you can get done, that's where the magic lies. When I started getting in shape and started going to the gym, I could have easily said I didn't have the time if I didn't want to get up before 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just dropped that excuse and started doing it. So saying you haven't got time is the worst excuse. Any of you guys that are listening to it that ever say that, just really think about what you're saying.
If you don't see results in the first 2 days or the first week, I'm done. That's the mentality of most people. The struggle is too real. We're not patient. And for you to lose weight, for you to stop drinking, if you whatever the hell you're going through, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of pitfalls, a lot of plateaus. You're gonna hit so many fucking plateaus. If you don't know how to get around that plateau, it's not gonna happen fast. Everybody wants to have, there is no hack, man. There's no hack. You look to your left, you look to your right, and you start to judge yourself off other people. Like, if you're a female, well, she's skinny and she doesn't work out as hard as I do, and everything starts to corrupt your mind. You start to look around too much at other people, what they're doing, and that starts to corrupt your own dialogue. We are judging ourselves against too many fucking people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And once you can silence all that bullshit, all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow and realizing, I'm stressed out for no reason. This is my own little race. This is my own timeline, and this is how I'm gonna run it.
I'm all in. I'm too in love with the journey. Giving up, not even an option.
The only thing you do for success, there's no discount. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There is no discount. You can't get 50% off. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking they are, and stop wanting people to put you somewhere that you didn't earn. You want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. It's not some philosophy or some idea. It's what I breathe, it's life. And so what I need you to understand is, guys, when you talk about being the best of the best, like when you talk about being in a sport where at the end of the day, the way you win, somebody got to surrender. Look, you're talking about two grown people. We're talking about two grown people. Somebody's got to surrender. You're talking about will now. You're talking about heart now. You're not talking about physicality. You're not talking about how you look. You're not talking about how strong you are. You're not talking about how tall you are, how fit you are. You're talking about will. You're talking about when you get to the point where it's two people and somebody got to tap out before the other person taps out. Will, heart. And so it is a mentality. And so what I need you to understand when you do what you do has everything to do with what time you wake up. It has everything to do with how you eat. It has everything to do with how you work out, how you prepare. It has every single thing to do with how you think. And when you want it as bad as you want to breathe, says, I'm willing to make any sacrifice. I'm willing to go through any pain. I'm willing to go through any suffering. I'm willing to go through whatever it takes. So when I get in there and it's me and him one-on-one, then I guarantee you at the end of it, I won't be the one that surrenders. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. The person that will surrender is the person that didn't work as hard as the other person. And I'm telling you, this is the opportunity to do it, but what do you have to do? You gotta work harder than the other person. So just when you felt like you did that last rep and your muscles are saying, I can't do no more reps, you saying, I can do that. You gotta do one more. Because right now, while you quitting, you might be doing 5 more. While you quitting and giving up, while you saying, all right, I did enough, it's time to rest, you might just be getting in your zone. So number one, you gotta hear me. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, it's a mentality. You got to eat it, you got to drink it, you got to sleep it, like it has to consume who you are.
Fucking wake up, man. Wait, baby, come on. So, come on! Come on, out there! 1, 2, that's it, yours. 3, 1.
Have as humans, if we're willing to go there and willing to push that extra step. And like I say, I always tell people, a lot of people, man, how do you do what you do? At the end of the day, I ask myself one question: can I take one more step? And usually the answer is yes. So if you can answer that question and not take another step, that is real failure. That is real quitting. So a lot of people can take one more step, but they choose not to. I don't know if you can take 2 steps. You got to answer that question after you take the first step. But I can always take one more step, so if I choose not to, that's on me. I got to live with that.
We all get to that stage in whatever it is we're doing in life where we feel like we can't go on. We feel like we can't take another step. Feel like we can't handle another rejection. These moments are just part of life. These moments of doubt happen even in the smallest of places. Training your mind in these moments helps you to be better prepared for when the bigger problems show up. Never give up. If you want to do something bad enough, you can get it, but you have to keep pushing.
that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dogfight. And so if you're ready to quit, then don't get started. If you're ready to quit, don't get started. If you're looking for this easy path, don't get started. If you think they're not going to close the door on you and say no a million times, don't get started. But every time they close the door, I just get excited. Why? Because I am not a no. I'm one yes away. I'm one yes away. You can't keep telling me no forever. You can't keep denying me forever. This type of energy, this type of passion, you can't stop it. You can contain it for a while, but you cannot stop. This is life. And you can't defeat me. You don't have enough power. You don't have enough energy. You don't have enough strength to stop this. Contain it for a year, you might. 2 years, you might. Hate does not have enough energy to destroy love. You cannot destroy this. If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, I watch most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. I'm walking through the airport running almost. Most people that I'm with, they don't got the energy to keep up with me. I'm like, boo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just ain't got the stamina. You just ain't got the energy. You can't smart everything. You can't outthink everything. Some stuff is just, you gotta be powerful. It's just some stuff that you gotta have stamina for. It's just, you just too slow. It just takes you too long. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it can take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're gonna forever be average because to be great, you got to keep up.
I think like one of the biggest secrets to successful prep is just literally that fire that fuels everything you do on a daily basis. And if that fire is burning strong and it's like it's a flaming desire then, and it becomes a passion. So yeah, I'm feeling that now, so that's good. 16 weeks out from the PCA universe, everything's going well. Feeling it. Certainly feel like I'm on a prep diet now, but coaches are happy. Progress is getting better each and every week now, so we know we're in the driver's seat. And I do feel confident in the fact that I will be in my best shape regardless of age. Does not matter. I will be the best I have and ever been.
I mean, it's not about when you say pretty physique. I love a physique that's put together properly. And the icing on the cake is making sure you're in that pristine condition. Do you know what I mean? And you see that, and when I say pristine condition, where you see the clean lines, the detail in the deltoids for everything, the separation in the heads of the back of the arms.
As athletes, it's just like seeing that and like realising that it is actually physically possible. And it's like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we as well. Yeah. And then take it stage
30 years ago we did it. And we continued, well, I continued, and that's not 12 years ago.
You just
tricep work getting in. Put in some tricep work, you know. So I'll thicken the front of the muscle, thicken the bicep, thicken the back end. This is how I work. Yeah. One at a time.
Now is your time. It's your time to rise. Now it's time to take what's yours. With so many people with a negative mindset, why join the crowd when you can stand out and be a part of the 1%, a part of those who work hard, a part of those who put in the work, the effort, and that has the mindset to be on top.
Long way, baby. Long way.
You in that gym right now. You keep pushing. You keep pushing. And you keep pushing. Do one more rep. Go 10 more minutes. Push a little harder. There's no one there to hold you down. There's no one there to hold you back. There's no one there to tell you to give up. So tell your mind, I will keep going. I will keep pushing. I will keep going after my goals and dreams. That body that I want. Those pounds I'm trying to lose. I will lose them. It won't come instantly, but that extra push you need. No one can push you but you.
You know, in the gym we actively seek pain because we associate it with growth. Outside the gym, the majority of people actively seek comfort because they associate that with growth. There's a direct correlation between pain and growth, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if we're in the gym and we want to feel the burn and we want to feel exhausted, because we know from the back of it, if we go home, rest and recover and eat the correct foods, we're going to grow because of it. We can do exactly the same outside of the gym. We can associate any level of pain with growth as long as we put in the correct response mechanism. So perspective and how we respond to the situations that we're given will determine the outcome. So use that for food for thought.
When I was going through Navy SEAL training, one thing I told myself, I wanted to quit every single day. But many dreams die while suffering. And many of us out here have suffered. And when you're suffering, I'm not talking about just physically, I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. It could be a relationship. When you're suffering, you give up on the very things that you wanted the most. When I was going through pararescue, I wanted to be a pararescueman so bad. But that water haunted me. So when the suffering got too much, my dream died. And pretty much I almost died with it. If I didn't find Navy SEALs and getting past that hump and overcoming my demons and facing my demons every day, I would have never been up here today. You can't outrun your demons. They'll always know where you're hiding. Trust me at that. And I'm gonna end with this. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done.
Get up! Compete! That's what bothers me. Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete! Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. I'm not against no other motivational speaker. I'm just competitive. Thought for 1 minute that you broke me. You got me twisted. I am not phenomenally skilled, but phenomenally willed. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. And your problem is you give it up too easy. I need effort from you. When you walk out of this door, I need you to match whatever effort the enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match the doggone effort.
I don't think greatness is something you're born with. It's something that truly exists in everyone. I look at it as a superpower buried deep inside us. This tiny diamond surrounded by layers and layers of rock. And every time you do something good, a piece of that rock breaks away. Every time you achieve something, every time you face a fear, every time you work on yourself and push yourself further than you've ever been before, a piece breaks away. Until one day you break through and there's this big fucking sparkling diamond in there. And this thing starts beating like a second heart and you become fucking unstoppable. This year will be the same as last year if you don't change your mind. This will be your year. All you've got to do is get in the right frame of mind. This is your year to get healthy. This is your year to get in shape. Your year to go further in your career. Your year to break free from depression. This is your year to chase your dreams. Change the way you think. And this year, you'll transform the rest of your life.
I value myself enough to give 120%. Well, don't do it. That's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
You can't judge yourself off of the so-called competition that we have made up in our mind. The things that, how people look, how people act, how smart someone is. This is a race that you run completely alone. But you gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's about whatever you think you are, you have to make that dream a reality. That's where the hard part is making that dream a reality. That's where the hard work comes in. That's where people know, how do you keep grinding every day? I had to look at my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable.
Some of you are not successful because every single time you run up against a trial, every time you run up against a tribulation, you stop and you cut off beast mode. And what I'm here to tell you is, if you tell that thing, I'm here just like you here, and I promise you, I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream until I'm successful. I will not leave this opportunity until I get it. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse. What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press forward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. Now let me say this before I move forward, and I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens, but winners win. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture.
Time to lock in. We too far in the year to be bullshitting. We need more pressure, potential and pressure. Let's go, apply it.
I'm trying to build people up. I'm trying to armor their mind. I'm trying to get them the belief. Because this world we live in is tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness and it will just hammer you. If I can help you build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are.
We all go through tough times, dark times, hard times. When you're in this situation, it's easy to just give up or start looking for shortcuts or an easy way out. But this is when your mind needs to be at its strongest. This is when you have to dig deep and tell yourself over and over again that it's going to be okay. And then go out and get to work looking for a way out, looking for that opportunity that will get you to where you want to be.
I'm not scared that some kid's gonna take my spot. If he does, he's gonna have to do it with sweat, he's gonna have to do it with tears, he's gonna have to do it with blood. He is going to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. If he can get up every day at 2:30, he deserves to take my spot. Some people are taking your spot and they shouldn't take it, but because you're average, it's easy to take your spot. It's easy. It's easy to get to the place before you get there. It's easy to take that client before you get to him. It's easy. It's easy to beat you while you average. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do.
Warm up with your big set, same fucking intensity, same fucking technique, same attention to detail. Don't be a cunt.
I must grind. I must work. I must put one foot in front of the other until I'm great. And I won't stop until I get there. Get your mindset to I must press forward. I can't give up. I must fight for what I stand for and what I believe.
Easy. 6. 2, good. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Your butt up!
You have to always be willing to work. I don't follow people who talk about what they used to do in life. I don't give a fuck what you used to do. I don't care, like, you used to be the fast man. I don't care. What are you doing today? You may not be that person now, but what are you still doing to try to excel in life? And a lot of people now are talking. I hear so much talk. I don't hear a lot of work. I hear a lot of people telling you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, how you should be fucking living. And I look at them and you're fat, you're out of shape, you look like shit, but you're telling a motherfucker how to live. No, man, I won't listen to you. There's so many people speaking this shit, and that's what bothered me a lot in the military. There's a lot of people talking shit. I don't see the real suffering behind it, behind what you're saying. That's why everybody said, man, you talk with so much passion because it's a real fucking place. It sucks to get up in the morning time. It was raining like cats and dogs. I don't want to get my shoes on and go run. Guess what? I got my shit on and ran.
Train your mind like a muscle. Work on yourself daily. Listen carefully to the voices in your head. Try to understand them. Make your unconscious voice a loud one so that you know what is really controlling your life. If the unconscious doesn't become conscious, then the unconscious will direct your life and you will call it fate.
Take all your energy for the dream, but you gonna need it. And so if the second thing I can teach you is, for every dream you have, take at least a week or 30 days and write down every single thing that it's gonna take to make it happen. And I want you to know something. After you write everything down, you still have not written everything down because you don't know what's gonna happen. And so life normally breaks you because when it hits you, you wasn't ready. But if you're ready, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready and you stay plugged up, when you hear bad news, it don't break you because you already energized.
Right now's the time for you to do what everybody else isn't doing. It's time for you to put more hours in. It's time for you to isolate yourself. Because when you do want to give up, that's the time you gotta go in hard. That's the time when you gotta get that drive, that grind inside of you. And today may be that day you feel like giving up. But I'm telling you right now, you're about to step up to a new level. And nobody will be able to stop you once you go through this. Fight harder than ever. Show the world that you are going to be great. That the trials in life will push you forward. No one can stop you but you. But you first have to change your mind.
Well, like I've said a million times before, the most important conversation is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, you go to bed with it. Eventually, you act on it. Sometimes you act on it good, sometimes bad. You gotta change the internal dialogue. That person in your head that's talking that shit to you, until you change the internal dialogue in your head, until you callous over the victim's mentality that the world is out to get you because of you are the only, you gotta change that shit, man.
You paint such a negative picture in your mind of all this pain that your brain does everything it's supposed to and keeps you safe and avoids the pain. Because of this picture you're painting, your brain will associate pain with that thing you want and do everything in its power to avoid it. When you think it's not going to be possible and you're going to fail, your brain thinks disappointment, which is pain, and it avoids it. The first thing you've got to do to get what you want is believe that you can. Believe that you can. And once you want something and believe that you can get it, you've got to block out all of the noise around you that's going to tell you you can't do it.
You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You gotta touch. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
Body weight so far, but it's still looking full. So happy. First 16 weeks and kind of in condition now, so interesting part of this prep is to see where I literally end up.
Come on, get it out, get it out, get it out.
My goal is really be best conditioned master athlete ever in the history of the world. But that's the thing at my age, I'm kind of trying to prove the point, the fact that you can still do it regardless of age, which is just literally just a number.
Stop comparing. That's the worst thing you could do in the world is look at your neighbor and say, well, he got this and he got that. You don't know the hell he got to go with that. You don't know the other stuff that come along with that. So take your hand. I took a hand, bro. Homeless high school dropout father wasn't in there, and I took that hand, and when you looked at me, you thought, bro, you thought I had ace, king, queen. You looked at that, you looking in my face, I'm like, you don't want to lay your hand out, bro. I promise you, you don't. I promise you, you don't. And I played the hand that was dealt me. I never asked for another hand. I took the hand that God gave me. I never complained. I never cried. I took the hand that I was given, and I played that joker, and I kept playing it.
I said to myself, who on this fucking earth would still be going right now? You are. You are. You gotta be the hardest motherfucker on the planet. Is it true? I don't give a fuck. At that time, it got me to the finish line of that fucking race. I believed it. I believe it today. I believed it enough to where my body said, he's not gonna stop. And that's, I took all the negative things, all those things I used for motivation. You can't read somebody else's book about some theory on how to do shit. Some guy who sat up in a nice warm office and wrote some book with a nice cup of coffee in the fucking hand. No, I want to see that guy who immersed himself in fucking hell. And he thought about quitting and leaving and his wife and his kids, and why am I here? Is it worth it? All this crazy shit. It still said it found out a way to get through it. So basically that's the bottom line of it all. We all want to read about how we can quickly get somewhere. That's why the 6-minute abs and all sort of shit so powerful. You may get some results from it, but they're not permanent. The permanent result comes from you fucking, I say it all the time, you have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your fucking brain so when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it.
You got all the stuff, you got it all. But you will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your two-parent background has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me. On your jet, you will not outwork me. In your Bentley, you will not outwork me. You will not outwork me. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity I have to reprove myself again. Every opportunity I'm still nervous. E.T., you've been doing this for years. Why are you so nervous? Because the day you become content, the day you stop evaluating yourself, the day you stop growing, the day you stop getting better is the day you die. Is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you.
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's a trip.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived. When you are misunderstood to the point where fucking people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the fucking gym at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning? You just got to doing an op for fucking 13, 14 hours after Ranger School, man, at the gym. What's wrong? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you don't. I came with the thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing. What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming. Like, when I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. What are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you.
We do not retreat. We do not give up. We do not surrender. And the reason why most of you are not successful is because every single time stuff's not going your way, you give up, you quit, you let go, and people feel weakness. They feel it. You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in, when you get up at 6, when you don't have to. Listen to me, covenant. And most of y'all are not under covenant.
So I want to just be the best I fucking can. And a lot of people say that. I truly mean that.
Exercise choices, okay? I am almost 40. I've been doing sport for 30 years plus, okay? So joints, ligaments, previous injuries moving forward, I'll always be mindful. So regardless of my positive mentality, the drive, ambition that I do show, I will always train intelligently. So will it be compound, pull, failure? No, it won't. I do utilise cables, I do utilise certain isolation moves to give my body a rest and to work on different parts of my physique more intricately.
We all think about quitting is hard. It's hard to process information during pain because that pain takes over and you can't think rationally. You're thinking about fight or flight, save yourself. That's not a rational thought. It's not a thought that's going to get you through hard times. Most people fail that 1 second. So what happens, what I do in that 1 second, I start thinking logically. I calm my brain down because your brain just wants to get out. It's about gaining control of your mind, putting things back in the proper perspective, and then saying, I really do want to be here. And I'm going to have a bunch of these 1 seconds, and I have to learn to control these. Because if I fail one of these 1 seconds, I will not be a SEAL. I will not be a doctor. I will not be a lawyer. I will not be whatever the fuck it is. It's all about your mind takes control of you. You have to say, you, I run this mother.
Y'all gotta start loving your life. Be comfortable in who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have.
What is necessary is you have to build a person that can withstand the pressures of whatever they're going to be dealing with in life.
Subscribe now. Click the bell. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a like, subscribe, comment. Nice vid. New video next month. Follow us on Instagram for the exact date at Romaine Motivated.